All right, for this one it says find secant of 25 pi over 6. So first thing we need to do is identify where this is. Because I have pi over 6, I know this is a unit circle question. Remember that on the unit circle, because the radius is equal to 1, our x comma y values for these little points actually reveal cosine and sine. And so all these trig functions somehow involve sine or cosine. Actually, they're all some sort of derivation of sine. Remember that cosine is a cofunction of sine. Tangent is sine over cosine. And then the reciprocals are just they're just the reciprocals of the other functions. So the 6 basic trig functions are somehow related to sine, believe it or not. So we know that, and I'll write this down real small, that secant of theta is equal to 1 over cosine of the same theta. But what we got to do is figure out where 25 pi, and it's negative 25 pi over 6. So what that means is I'm going to travel around pi over 6 a lot of ways this way. And I'm going to land somewhere. Well, how many times does 6 go into 25? 4 times. So remember that 24 over 6 equals 4. So that means if I start here, we're going to start here, and I'm going to go around one whole time. What's that? 6 pi over 6. Actually, no, wait. Let's do the math on that. This is I want to do it in a way that's easy for you guys to remember, and I don't want to overcomplicate it. So this is, we can name them, we can count them. Like this is 1/6. This is 2/6. This is 3/6. This is 4/6. This is 5/6. This is 6/6. Right? 6 pi over 6 is the same as pi. You guys with me on that? So then I've got 7/6, 8/6, 9/6, 10/6. What comes after 10? 11/6, 12/6. 12 pi over 6 is 2 pi, right? So that's 1 full revolution. And so if you multiply that by 2, then that gives you 24 pi over 6. Does that make sense? So then how many more pi over 6s do we have to travel? Just one more. So this is our reference angle, right? That's our reference angle. So if you're not quite sure, and then I'll show you how to double check this on the calculator just to make sure, but you should be able to do this without the calculator. But this goes here, and so you go around one full revolution, then a second revolution, and then right here. So then we're interested in cosine, right? Cosecant is the reciprocal of that. There's my cosine value. So if I say secant of theta is equal to 1 over cosine of theta, then secant of negative 25 pi over 6 is equal to 1 over cosine of negative 25 pi over 6, which is equal to 1 over the square root of 3 times 2. Is that right? So we're almost done. What does that mean? Well, when we divide by a fraction, what do? we multiply by the reciprocal. So the numerator is being divided by root 3 over 2, which is the same as 1 times 2 over root 3. Well, 1 times anything is itself, so I've got 2 over root 3. So that means I have to rationalize the denominator by multiplying by root 3 over 3 on the top and bottom. And that gives me 2 root 3 over 3. Now to verify this, so this is the answer. But to verify this, I can actually verify this on my calculator. So let's try it. First of all, let's figure out what this is as a decimal. So I'm going to say 2. Well, let me clear this out. I'm going to say 2 square root 3 divided by 3. And I get 1.54, right? So now what I'm going to do, this is the only way I can enter this in the calculator. I'm going to say, well, I got to go to mode, make sure I'm in radian. I am. I actually didn't have to go to mode, because see it right here, it says radian. But I'm going to say 1 divided by, and then I'm going to plug in cosine, negative 25 pi divided by 6. So I was right. That makes sense? So let me screenshot that. We'll kind of put that in there so that way you can write it down in your notes.